guys, welcome back to my channel. I basically wanted to do just a talk video. I feel like I haven't done it since I've never done it. So this is kind of random. I was actually inspired by a YouTuber that I have been subscribed to for years. Like, she's like one of the OGs. It was kind of like a clothing haul video, but in the video she did mention that she was kind of just having a tough time during like the whole lockdown thing, and we've basically been on lockdown. It's almost been a year now, basically. When I heard about it, it was like in, I would say like late January, because I don't watch the news every day because it's just exhausting. But yeah, so it's been like a year now, and she was just saying that she's like having a tough time, and she's like an introvert, which I kind of am too, depending on who I'm talking to. And that sounds so strange, but I feel like it really just depends on who the person is. I reserve my goofy, silly self for like a certain group of people. That particular group is goofy as well. When I first meet people, I am usually a little bit more reserved, a little bit more of an introvert, and I just kind of just watch and see like how they are. I basically keep my eyes open. Their facial expressions when they're talking about certain topics, or like, and not that I'm judging them, I just need to know that I can be myself around this particular person. I want to be able to know that if I'm gonna get to know you and we become friends, that I can actually be myself. I don't want to be friends with somebody who I feel like I have to monitor what I say, or if I have to like filter what I say. Not that I'm like an asshole, but like sometimes, I don't know, it's just hard. And this is really just from past experiences. It has nothing to do with like who that specific person is, which sometimes it's like not always the best way to approach meeting new people, because I don't want to write anybody off. I haven't met the nicest type of people, but for the most part, my friends, like my best friends, it was my family. It was my cousins, it was my sister. When my mom had my brother, it was then my brother. I added my niece to that list. I added my nephew to that list. So I don't know. I feel like for the majority of my life, I've really just been close to family. So I don't even feel like before I had the need to be an extrovert, because I also come from a big family. So now honestly that I think about it, like I'm not sure if I would be considered an introvert. I do know that I don't trust people very easily. Like when I'm meeting new people, I'm just like, who are you? Who sent you? That type of situation. I'm always friendly when I meet people. I think that has a lot to do with just, I mean, number one, how I was raised. Working in customer service, retail jobs, like you have to be nice to people every day. So I feel like it's become more of a second nature at this point. But now, like in my personal life, I'm just a little bit more careful. And again, because of like past experiences, to be both an introvert and an extrovert, I'm like kind of somewhere in the middle. And again, that depends on who I'm around. Back to the video that I was watching, she was basically saying that even though she's an introvert and she enjoys being at home, and I relate to this, like I'm a homebody, she was saying that she's still having a hard time. Like lockdown is really starting to get to her. And I feel like at this point, we've all been there. Some of us are still there. We both and all have our days where we are just like, okay, when is this going to be over? Like, we get it. Like COVID, we get it, boo. Like you can stop, like just stop. If y'all hear noise, my washing machine is on, so just like, I apologize in advance. So basically I wanted to do this little talk through video, just to kind of, and it's not, I wouldn't say like talk through, it is a talk through, but it's also just me sharing a few tips on stuff that kind of like helped me, or like just put me in a good mood during this whole like lockdown situation. I don't know if it's gonna be top 10. We'll see. Some of these tips that I will mention are like music related or show related, just like feel good music and all that other type of stuff in short. But I do want to mention this specific book that I just felt is a very positive and encouraging and inspiring book. It's not sponsored, but I feel like I'm in a commercial. But it's this book, and it's called Jesus Always, and it's by Sarah Young. This book is a little bit more like faith driven. I know not everybody's Christian. Like I understand that. I definitely respect everybody and their beliefs. But I did want to share this book because it is a very like encouraging and inspiring book. So this is last year's one. I have to get the one for 2021. But basically, like every day you read a passage. So if I just like zoom in a little bit, you'll just kind of see. So like January 1st, you'll read this one. January 2nd, you'll read that, so on and so forth. You just read one every day. And as you like, they're not long at all. It's literally just one page. I do like how at the bottom the author includes actual scriptures that I'm assuming she was inspired by that helped her write the actual passage. It's like the author's viewpoint on how like God talks to us. So for this one, for example, it just says, do not dwell on the past, and it says, don't let recent disappointments and failures define you or dampen your expectations. It is a very down-to-earth book. I feel like this is something that everybody can relate to. It's not at all trying to tell you like what's right and wrong, what you should be doing with your life. Some people like the book because it is like faith driven. Other people like the book because they feel for them that it's like more self-help and they're not necessarily like into like religious faith or Christian faith or whatever. They just use it as like a self-help book. I do it for both. I was raised Christian, so I absolutely love this book. If you weren't raised Christian, or if you're not Christian, you know, in your adult life or teenage life or whatever, I would still just give the book a try. You do not have to, but it is a really good book. It's very inspiring, very encouraging. It helps you and reminds you to just like be a little bit more present and just to really just enjoy your life. So I'll wake up, pray. I'll either read a passage from there. If not, if I want to like switch it up a little bit, I'll pull out my little Bible app because it has like the little verse of the day, which is always really cute. And sometimes I'll send these to my mom or like my sister, and they love it. So they now do the same thing. They went out and got the book because they absolutely love it. It's encouraging. I don't mean to keep saying that, but it's true. It's just such a nice start to your day. So yeah, that's how I usually start my mornings. If you are not a person that likes to read in the morning or whatever, you can always start your day with music. I'm more of a throwbacks type of person. Like I still listen to today's music, but I'm more of like a throwback type of girl, like 90s, early 2000 type of chick. That's just how I play. Like even when I'm in the car with my brother, if I see him messing with the radio or the aux, I'm like, don't play nothing past 2003. Don't play nothing past 2005. He crack on me every time because he says that I listen to old music. He just calls it old music. But that's like my feel good music. I don't know why. And I would say if you choose to listen to music in the morning, please try to avoid, like if you're trying to have a good day and have like a good start to your day, try to avoid like those like whiny, sappy, breakup type songs, because I'm an R&B lover like till the day I die. But sometimes like the breakup songs, like I can do without. They are relatable. We do love them, but nobody wants to hear that early in the morning. It's too much. So when I say feel good songs, I'm talking about cute little slow jams, because not every slow jam is like a breakup song. Nice little like soothing slow jams, R&B jams, party music too. A lot of people actually don't like to listen to like loud upbeat music in the morning. They want more of like that soothing music. So cute little like slow jams. Let me tell y'all, if you have an iPhone and you don't have Apple Music and you can get Apple Music, I would definitely try it out. I do know that they have like a free month trial. I don't know if it's like a 3-month trial. I feel like that's how I started. When I started, it was like a free 3-month trial and I was just like hooked. I make my playlist, and if you want to create a playlist of like songs that you know, like songs that like always put you in a good mood, you can always go ahead and just make that playlist. So let's say slow jams, okay? So far, these are my slow jams. I'm losing light, but we're gonna get through it. So I have my Johnny Gill. So these are like the soothing songs. Like I'll either fall asleep to these or like wake up to these, or if I just need to like relax and just be in a zen type of vibe. These are my songs so far. So Johnny Gill, My. We have Every Time I Close My Eyes, Babyface, love that song. Whip a Pill, Babyface, Soon As I Get Home, Babyface. When Can I See You, Babyface. Two Occasions, and that, I think Babyface was in a R&B group. but that was like in the 80s. It's called The Deal. What else? I have a little Maya on here, Silk, 112. I actually need to add Blackstreet on here. What was I thinking? I got Boyz II Men on here. Did I say Silk? I did say Silk. Jagged Edge, D'Angelo. I need to add, what's his name? I need to add, what is his name? Maxwell. Maxwell has amazing, soothing songs. You will get your life. But anyway, and if you cannot get Apple Music, you can absolutely do YouTube. YouTube has the ability where you can, excuse me. If you don't have Apple Music, and Apple Music is not something that you can afford, because after the 3 months, I believe it's like $9.99 a month after that, if that's not something that you want to pay for right now, there are songs on YouTube. I feel like the only artist where you can't find songs is Prince. The last time I checked, like Prince was not having that. Like you cannot find his music on YouTube. I don't know if anything changed, but that's just how it was. Do the free trial. If the free trial is up, again, make a playlist on YouTube and just listen to music throughout the day. And I keep going on and on about music because it's just something that I grew up with. So that's why I feel like it puts me in a good mood, because when I was a kid, the radio was always on. My dad was a musician. My sister was a singer. So we were just always listening to music. It was the Jackson 5 playing, it was Janet Jackson playing, it was Diana Ross, it was Patti LaBelle, Boyz II Men, Silk, Monica, Brandy, TLC, Prince, Toni Braxton, Anita Baker. And then Saturday mornings in my house growing up was cleaning day, so you woke up very early in the morning and just cleaned the entire house until the afternoon. So yeah, music is very, very big for me. And quarantine was when I actually started to listen to music more often, because of course I listened to it in the car, like on my way to work or like at the gym or whatever the case may be. But having music on more often in the house, it just sets a vibe. It's just, I love music. I'm a music lover. And then of course it's like the other stuff, like the working out. I don't work out every day. I don't want to work out every day. For the people who work out every single day, like my husband, more power to you. I aspire to be like you one of these days, but it does nonetheless help with your endorphins, and endorphins makes you happy. Even if I work out for just 30 minutes or 35 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever, it is a pick-me-up. It's definitely a pick-me-up. It puts me in a good mood. It gives me more energy. So that's something that I should probably be more consistent with, I guess. What else helps me? I try to schedule a time to, I feel like my lip gloss is, yeah, I try to schedule a time to like FaceTime my friends and my mom. That helps as well. I did read an article that says putting yourself on a schedule always helps as well. And that for me is a hit or miss. I don't always follow a schedule every single day. But if I do at least 3 things every single day, I feel like at least a little productive. So, and other things, what else has helped me? My little feel-good TV shows are my 90s sitcoms. My Sister, which is on Netflix. One-on-One is now on Netflix. Girlfriends, Half and Half, that's on Netflix. On Hulu, you have You're Living Single. Hanging with Mr. Cooper, that was a big one because I was a huge fan of Raven-Symoné when I was a kid. I feel like Hanging with Mr. Cooper is actually like a little underrated. Not a lot of people talk about that as a 90s show, and it was a very funny show. If you never watched that show before, please watch it. If you're like a teenager and you were born in the 2000s or whatever, try to watch it on Hulu. What else? Absolutely Family Matters. Hands down, Family Matters. I think Moesha is actually on Netflix. Now I'm jumping around, but y'all get what I'm saying. I think the funniest thing about being an adult now and watching shows that you watched from years ago is that now that I'm an adult, I understand the comedy a little bit more. Because you know, when you were a kid, you listen to stuff and it's like it goes right over your head. It's like, okay, I'm laughing, I'm watching Urkel. But now that like I'm an adult and I'm like rewatching these episodes, it just brings back so many like happy memories. So definitely do that. Whatever show is like your show, please watch it again. I mentioned this in one of my like vlogs a couple months ago. If anybody remembers TGIF, I was a huge fan of TGIF. My favorite show on TGIF was Clueless. Y'all know the movie came out first, but after the movie, Clueless sitcom, there was like 3 seasons, I believe. It came on TGIF every week, and I looked forward to it like clockwork. Like I used to be so excited on Fridays because I wanted to see what they were wearing. Dion in her outfits, Cher in her outfits, Amber in her craziness, in her crazy hair and her crazy outfits. Absolutely love the show, and I don't know if it did well or not, but it was definitely my favorite show. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about that one either, because I know they switched the shares. I don't think it was on purpose. I think I read somewhere that the original Cher, she was like working on another project at the time or whatever, so they couldn't book her for it. So they actually switched shares. And so they switched shares, and I think that's really why a lot of people didn't watch it. But I was not one of those people. I was a kid, and that was one of my favorite shows. It's how I got into fashion. It's the reason why I love like being in the house doing, you know, pampering myself so much with like skincare masks and whatnot. I would see their little face masks, they would paint their nails and do super girly stuff, and I would copy literally everything that they did. So I was super like girly girl. I'm gonna end this video here because I'm losing so much light. But I want to encourage you guys to just hang in there. If you can, please try to stay connected to your families. If you don't have family, please stay connected to your friends. If you don't have friends, just stay connected to somebody. An old classmate, wave 6 feet to your neighbor from across the hall or across the street or whatever. Just try to find ways to stay connected, stay strong. It will come a time we look back and we're like, yes, we got through that. I really hope one of these tips will help you guys. I love you guys. I hope you all stay safe, stay well, and it is okay to not feel like you are happy-go-lucky all day long, because I feel like that is a fantasy that was built, I don't want to say by society, maybe by social media, I don't know, whoever is responsible for it. I just feel like to be super happy, bubbly, excited 24/7. I do know people who are like that, and they're like naturally born like that. God bless their hearts. It is okay to not feel like super like upbeat and hyper all day long. Remind yourself that you are a human being, and it is okay to have feelings, to express your feelings, to encourage yourself. Please find something to laugh at every single day. If you need a break from the news, please take a break from the news, because I do it all the time. If you need a break from social media, take a break from social media. And sometimes like putting yourself in a good mood can also come from giving to somebody. It could be a donation to charity. Giving to the right people fuels you. It makes me happy. I can only speak for myself, and I know a lot of other people, they've done the same thing and it's helped them too. So yeah guys, that is it for this video. Thank you for sitting down with me and just relaxing and talking. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I didn't talk your ear off too much. If you are not subscribed, you can subscribe below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.